fellow nerds. I love dice. I love the way they look. I love their colors, what they're made of. I love just how they feel in your hands. And I love their shapes. Their main shapes are made up of the Platonic solids, named after Plato. Plato decided that everything in the world was made from these shapes. Earth, wind, fire, water, not heart, Captain Planet. The 12-sided die he gave to the heavens. He thought it was the most beautiful dice that was out there. And it is called the dodecahedron. If you're going to tweet something, that's the word of the day, dodecahedron. These are examples of all the different main types of dice that we have and when we play it. There are also non-standard dice that we have been making, anywhere from a D5 to a D100. Nerd speak, D in front of anything means the number of sides. So if you want to impress your nerd friends, call it a D6 or D5. So we have lots of different examples of shapes. There's also non-standard dice. We have bone stick dice, which we used to throw in ancient times, spinners, other non-standard shapes, and rings that were made so you can always be wearing a dice on your finger. You just spin it and you go. Now, modern manufacturing can make anything into dice, from my birthstone, the amethyst, to gold plating, to uranium, depleted uranium here. So anything can be made. But in the old days, what was the main thing was bone. And you take a bone, it's hollow, you make shape it, put a cap on it, and you have a dice. You can also do curved dice, which is from beaver teeth, or you can do knuckle bones, which is the bone between the foot and the leg. Now, if you're going to carry cool dice around, you need a cool bag for your dice. So, don't be left home with just this, right? This is not cool. You want something that's awesome. Everywhere around the world, dice have been. Asian dice always have a red 4 and a red 1. There's some example of turtle shell dice. But what's really cool, I think, is that they're all made independently. It's not like one place made dice and just kind of spread. So we've all come up with this independently. D&D, I have to talk about it because it's what's really fueling the new dice revolution. The white dice are my very first dice. I have to thank my DM, Brian, for introducing it to me. And we've come from a culture where we were stuck in the basement doing this. And now we're all grown up. We're doing this, we're drinking, and we're enjoying it. And we have disposable income, so we're really making this go. But D&D was not the first thing to introduce us to dice. If we go back in history, and we look in the 1900s, we have people using dice in the fields, children using dice. And she is playing strip dice. She's losing, but she's playing it. Now, if we go back farther in our look at dice, we have the Renaissance. And in the Renaissance, more examples. We have men playing dice. We have women in Japan playing dice. And a painting of children, again, playing craps. So, this isn't new. This is bringing us all together. Middle Ages times. The bottom is an example of a dice workshop, where women are shaping the dice and cutting them out of bone, and then they are drilling them. This is from the 12th century manuscripts. There are also examples of dice playing with your friends in a gambling hall for nobles. Roman era dice, we have D20s that are showing up. Maybe they're playing D&D, I don't know. But Romans were really big into gambling, and there are two really big historic events that happened. One of them is the crucifixion of Jesus. We have the Romans gambling for Jesus' robes, the dice. And we have the Trojan Wars, where the Greeks decided that that was invented were the dice here, with Ajax and Achilles. Now, we go back farther than the Romans. We have Egyptians. We find games like Sanat in the tomb of King Tut. We have another D20 from this period, and a dodecahedron from this period. And they're used for gaming. But we can go farther back still than this. In a tomb in Iran, the royal game of Ur. There are dice right here. That was 2600 BC. 3000 BC, 2 years ago in Turkey, an excavation came up with these pieces. You see the D4s. They were playing with dice 5,000 years ago. So dice bring us all together. It doesn't matter what culture we're from. It doesn't matter our ethnicity, our gender, our age. We've all rolled a dice. Everybody here has rolled a dice. And I'm going to keep this culture together. I'm going to be practicing it myself, having my kids do it. And so I want to thank Kevin Cook, who has 45,000 unique dice, for letting me use his images. And I hope that you go home and roll some dice. Thank you.